my next question, and this is, where do you stand on the data political spectrum, I'm going to call it? Where it can be highly autocratic and be highly governed, or more, democratic and kind of wide open self-service, and there's kind of a balance between the two, right? Of speed versus, I guess, dependability, reliability, right? And so where do you stand on that spectrum, and how do you manage, that balance of being able to move fast, but also ensure that, people trust the data, right?
Well, it's a big challenge. And I think it's very interesting because it's something that almost every company in the world goes through the same journey. So when you start thinking of data, companies start thinking of it as something they have to protect. So what it's being called lately as the defensive side of the data strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the best way to defend something is just centralizing the responsibility of managing that asset. And that's what normally companies do. Just give the CTO the responsibility to ensure the data is protected and that it won't leak into the market. So it's more like an autocracy of data. But when you do so, and it's something that we can see in the countries that manage themselves as autocracies, then you have data smuggling. If you try to tightly control something, then you have smuggling. And then the people who have access to data, start gaining some power, and they won't want to lose that power when you try to democratize the access of data. But then companies realize that that approach is not driving value for them. So some pressure start building in the company to make data more accessible. And then just, the easiest way to do that is opening the lock and throwing it away. So now everyone can access the data. And probably, that can bring some value, but then you're losing the capability of properly managing it and protecting it from leaking. Then you think you're democratizing the access to data, but you're more making some kind of anarchy, data anarchy.
Right.
And in the same way that we in our countries, we don't live in an anarchy, and we don't live in a autocracy either. We live in a democracy, and a democracy needs laws, needs some rules, so we can operate and we can balance our rights and our duties. And that's the same thing we have to do in our companies. But the problem is that doing so, it takes time. It takes a lot of effort, and that has to be something that's strategically chosen by starting from the CEO and from the C-suite, that this is all about strategic decision. Where you want to play? Do you want to play as an autocracy? Do you want to play as an anarchy, as a chaos?
Right.
Or do you want to be a data democracy? But if you want to build a data democracy, you have to build, I don't know, probably a Congress, probably law corpus.
Have you had those discussions internally? Have you started to think about where you fit on that spectrum?
Yeah, I'm starting to talk about this. Before talking about this, we needed to let our leaders understand the value of data, because if not, this conversation makes no sense for them. So, but now I think we are on the right moment to start talking about this, about trying to understand that data management or data governance, it's important and it's a strategic decision. And we've built data management platform in our own for ourselves
Yeah.
to help each company better manage their data, and also to help us as a conglomerate have the vision of how data is being managed each of the companies in our group, and how data is being used also for the company. So we can see if the one business area in one particular corporate is using data better than others, so we can go and help them and understand why
Yeah.
they're not using their data, or how we could help them improve their capabilities to keep on moving forward.
Well, I really like your phrase, data smuggling. I'd never heard that before. Did you make that up?
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
heard some. I heard something in a conference about that we should think about data as an economy. So
Yeah.
yeah, very much
Well,
as you said,
yeah.
a social or a political analogy.
Yeah.
This guy talked about data as an economical market, and
Yeah.
then I came out with the term data
Right.
smuggling.
I mean, you think about people talk about monetization of data all the time, right? And really, you know, like if you think about economy, you know, I've been in companies where, you know, we've had tight governance and freer governance, and when it's really tight, a black market emerges for data, right? There's this guy
Yeah.
in the corner, right, with the servers, and everyone goes to the guy, right? The thing is, though,
Yes,
you don't know how good it is, right? It's like you buy it on black market, it might be good, it may not be good, right? So no,
that's true. That's true, and
yeah,
that's something that normally it happens. It happens very often, and it makes a false, what I call a false sense of security, when you think I'm done, I have everything under control, because no one can
right,
access data unless
yeah,
the guy of the corner, as you
right,
said,
yeah,
gives an access. But then who's controlling the guy in the
right.
corner?